He was introduced to Krishna consciousness in 2002 in college, joined ISKCON Pune as a brahmachari in 2006, engaged in various management services since then, currently serving as one of the Temple Management Council member at NVCC. So, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining us and giving us nectar and in some insights. We really appreciate your presence here. And yes, Prabhuji, you can start. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, then Pranam.
Hare Krishna. I hope I'm well audible now. Is the
Yes,
audio?
yes, Prabhuji, ekdam like clear sound. Yeah, crystal clear. Thank you.
Let's hope to the demigod who manages the internet. Must be some demigod managing the internet connectivity. So let's pray to them that our session will go smoothly. Because afternoon I had a class, but after that some issue came up. I don't know what exactly it is. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. Apart from Kokila Mataji, I don't know anyone. I'm seeing the names but not the photos. But I hope that behind the name personalities are there participating in the program. That's my hope. And we'll discuss a few things about Lord Ram because Ram Navami has just been there 2 days back. And this seems to be a new forum. Mataji didn't give much of the details of the forum, but said it's an English class. And that was the thing. Other one is PS at the Parsarthi Foundation, the Hindi class, which is going on from, I think, 2020 onward, 5 years. Now the Bhagavatam fourth canto is going on. Very wonderful initiative because wherever there is discussion about the name and fame of the Supreme Lord, the devotee who listens gets the benefit, the devotee who speaks gets the benefit, and the others who may listen or the place at which it is spoken, they also get purified. Threefold benefit of discussing about the Lord's name, Lord's fame, Lord's activities. So we'll recite the prayers and then we will start and hopefully we continue to be together for another 45 minutes or so. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरों श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साधुवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितान् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामे नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं Yatkipat Tamaham Vande Sri Guru Vinatani Nirvana Madhavam Jite Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Medha Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaye Pataye Namaha. Hare Krishna. Very happy to be with all of you here. Maybe the first time in this forum. And welcome all of you for this class. I heard Monday to Saturday there is some kind of sequence, and Sunday there's a unique topic left to the speaker. So I thought of speaking something about the glories of Lord Ramchandra for our nourishment and purification. Actually, we all, jivas or souls by nature, are always attracted to the glories of the Supreme Lord by constitution. We are hero lovers. We seek a hero in our life, hero and heroine both. And that is the reason that so many people become stars, Bollywood stars, cricket stars, football stars, champions, and they attract a lot of people by their charisma, by the way they do things, say things. Like in South India, there was Rajinikanth had so many followers. Previously, we had Amitabh Bachchan. So those kind of people, they have followers. Or sometimes, then we have political figures like Modi ji now, he has millions of followers. So by nature, we are attracted to follow someone. That nature to get attracted to someone who's powerful, who's beautiful, who's very intelligent, who has a lot of fame. So this propensity to get attracted by these opulences is inherent. It is there. It's just what we are. Wherever we see the display of an opulence, we will get attracted. And that's why people of this world, some become heroes and some become followers. And the followers are actually trying to imitate the hero to ride on the fame of the hero. Because the way the hero does things, people also try to follow the same so that they may also become attractive in the eyes of others. They will say, oh, you look like that person. They try to keep the beard and mustache like that, hairstyle like that. They try to carry a bag like that. They try to, use the same brand things what the heroes use so that people can become attracted to them also. So it's a very natural, very constant, thought to become attracted and to attract others to us. And the origin of this is in our, constitutional position, in our original nature. Originally, we are, Krishna's eternal servant. And in Guru Vrindavan, everyone is eternally attracted to Krishna, unlimitedly and eternally attracted to Krishna. And that attraction never grows. And Krishna is Krishna because he's all attractive. He has all the six opulences in fullness: fame, the beauty, the wealth, the knowledge, and renunciation. So, strength. So, all the opulences in fullness forever and forever increasing. And that is why there's a very, very intense attraction between the Lord and the devotees in the spiritual life. And the perverted reflection of that attraction is seen while being in this world. And because we forget the Lord, who is the source of all attraction, who is the source of all opulence, and still the propensity to get attracted is there. So this propensity to get attracted gets, uh, you know, in a way deflected or deviated towards the people of this world. And somebody is a little beautiful, somebody is a little like film star, cricket star. Those kind of people, we start getting attracted toward them. People start becoming their fans. They start keeping their photographs. They start becoming like them. They start buying their posters. They start, following them up on social media. And they start watching their events and they spend money. And at the end of the day, it all ends up in frustration because they cannot sustain their opulences. They cannot sustain what they have. It's only a matter of time and they lose everything. They lose their fame or their strength or the beauty. Whatever they have, which is attracted to others, is lost. And that's when that fame is lost, that beauty is lost, the followers are also lost. And then it becomes such a depression for everyone. So the Lord descends in this world time and again to give us an idea of what is this original attraction. And by being here and by displaying his extraordinarily wonderful character and his loving reciprocation with his devotees, he, presents his pastime in such a way that we can hear them, and just by hearing, we can become attracted towards him and towards his personality. And this attraction toward the Lord is purifying, is uplifting. On the other hand, any other attraction other than the Lord is oftentimes, you know, contaminating and oftentimes leading to depression and frustration in the long run. So Lord comes to give us an option to become attracted to Him, and He displays His innumerable and very, very beautiful, deep, heartfelt pastimes, very reciprocate with the devotees, so that our heart can be attracted to Him. And that is the success of human life, because in human life, we can become attracted to the Lord by hearing about Him. Lord also descends in other forms like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. When He appears in those forms, other species, because He's the Supreme Lord, but when the other species were in that form, they become attracted to that form because they feel, wow, among us this fish is the most glorious one, so they become their follower, and then the fishes also get delivered because they are becoming attracted with supreme lord in the form of fish. But as humans we get the highest chance to become attracted to the Lord in his various manifestations, and especially when the Lord appears in his two-handed form, then he looks like one of us, and then the attraction is even more. And when he comes in the form of his original form as Krishna, then the attraction reaches its saturation. It's the highest attraction to the form of the Krishna. So Lord Ram, he appears in Ayodhya, performs his pastime, so that we have the right subject matter to hear and to discuss. Because again, to hear and to discuss something is a very natural thing. The social media is all about what to hear, what to discuss. So that's very, very natural. But Lord gives us a subject matter which, when discussed and heard, not only gives us great joy and relish while doing that, but actually it paves the path to perfection also. And it has the potential to take us off from the miseries of this world and situate us in the transcendental realm where we can, be totally absorbed in those pastimes, enter into those pastimes in our consciousness. So Lord Ramchandra's appears in Saket in Ayodhya. And there's an eternal Ayodhya Dham in the spiritual realm where Lord eternally resides with his brothers and parents and Mother Sita and with his associates. So those who faithfully serve and worship Lord Ram here, they become the resident of Saket Dham or Ayodhya Dham of the spiritual realm. And when the Lord is to appear, a part of the same Ayodhya Dham descends in this world near Faizabad in Uttar Pradesh. Now it's Ayodhya Dham. There it appears and Lord Ram appears in Ayodhya. So there can be many perspectives from which Ramayana can be described, and we will not go too much into that. But we will just like to discuss the three prominent qualities of Lord Ram. Lord Ram, RAM, or now we call it RAM, but in general we call them RAM only. Ram is very common. So three wonderful qualities which Lord manifested while performing his pastimes, and which are greatly elevating and greatly inspiring for us. Because Lord Ram is Maryada Purushottam. So he is teaching us the proper etiquette and the proper behavior and conduct of a person while being in this world. So the R stands for responsible. Lord Ram, through his example, you know, shows the extent to which the person should accept the responsibility of any role he takes in. Roles are assigned to us as soon as we take birth in this world. As soon as we take birth, then we become son of someone. So we have mother and father. So that role comes. Without that role, we will not take birth. So we have Matru Dharma, Pitru Dharma. That role is there. And if there are other sibling, then we become brother or sister also immediately as we take birth. And then we have uncles and aunts and grandfathers and grandmother. And as we grow, then we make friends and we have teachers and we have Then if we get married, then we have wife and in-laws, and there's a whole new chapter opens in life. So many additions in the relationships. So all these roles, which are either assigned to us just at the time of birth, or we choose them gradually as we grow in our life, each role implies a responsibility. And Lord Ram, being Maryada Purushottam, he shows that to what extent one should be responsible for each role he takes up. And that's the limit of it. I mean, nobody has ever gone higher than that. Every role Lord Ramchandra plays perfectly. And we cannot imitate, but we can take lessons, we can take inspiration, and we can pray to Lord Ram to become responsible in our roles too. And Lord Ram is an ideal son, no fights, there's no, uh, like this, a spoiled child. Nothing. Lord Ram was the best child ever possible. That's why don't hear so many childhood pranks of Lord Ram. He was very disciplined even in childhood, and there were no, funny or crazy things what Krishna does. Krishna is different. Krishna is Purna Purushottam. The Krishna things are different. But Lord Ram was an ideal child, perfectly following the instructions of mother and father, completely loved by the parent and completely loving the parents. And he was an ideal brother. He cared for his younger brother, Lakshman, Bharata, Shatrughan. The best a brother can take care of. You know, he was an ideal husband to Mother Sita, ideal disciple before, because even when he went and he was supposed to break the vow, the Anush, so he goes and take permission of Vishwamitra Muni and bows down to him, and only by his permission and blessings he goes and lifts the vow and breaks it. And after that, when Mother Sita comes and brings the garland, Lord Ram says, "Well, I only followed the instruction of my guru. He didn't he didn't told me to get married. He told me to lift the vow, so I lifted the vow." So surrender, can you imagine? I mean, nowadays people get married without telling the parents. These things. They have different kind of connections. But Lord Ramchandra was so surrendered to Vishwamitra Muni, Vasishtha Muni, he will not say no to their order and instruction. So perfect disciple, perfect son, perfect brother, perfect disciple, and perfect husband. He was protective to Mother Sita, and Prabhupada says that Lord Ram is the Supreme Lord. And even if Mother Sita was kidnapped, he could have, got married again. He could have created many other Sitas. But just to show the duty of an ideal husband, how much, he should be eager to protect the wife, then Lord Ram, for the sake of Mother Sita, destroyed the entire dynasty of Ravana. He writes that in the ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that Lord Ram destroyed the entire dynasty of Ravana just to protect Mother Sita, to set an example to what extent a husband should offer protection to his wife. And then, of course, when he came back, he was an ideal king. And such level of idealness that even if one person is having a doubt on his character, so he's not banishing that person, not punishing that person, but just to remove the doubt from that person's mind about his character, he is ready to banish Mother Sita from the kingdom. This is the highest character of the king, because a king should be above suspicion, not have any non-ideal issue with him, because then the people will not be able to put faith in him and follow his order and benefit. So, like that, Lord Ram played every role in a very, very ideal way. And we also, because we are assigned the roles, then we should understand the responsibility of each role we have as mothers or as fathers or as brothers, sisters, as disciples, especially as a ISKCON devotee, the ISKCON initiated devotee, or the follower of Srila Prabhupada. We all have a responsibility attached to each of the role we carry. Each role brings some privilege, but along with the privilege also comes the responsibility to play that role well. And if we do not play the role well, then it is considered sinful for us. Then one has to suffer for it, for not playing the role well. If we do our role well, whatever may be the result, but then we are satisfied and the Lord is satisfied. But if we neglect our role and the responsibility for each role, then there is suffering, because that is sinful to take a role but to not fulfill the responsibility. And these days, hardly anyone talks about what is the role and what are the responsibilities. Roles are assigned, roles are external. So as soon as somebody gets married, they become husband and wife, but the responsibilities have to be understood from the scriptures and then followed. As soon as we get initiated, we become a disciple, but then we have to really meditate on what are the ideal duties of a disciple and follow them up. So Lord Ram is perfectly responsible for each of the role he took up. In Ramayana, we see discussion of past and present. And the A, what we can meditate on is Lord Ram is extraordinarily affectionate to his devotees. He goes beyond, the externals. With whom all he's meeting, after he's vanished for 14 years, the first person he met is Guha. You know? So he is like a tribal king. He's not like I mean, tribals, even today, tribals are not considered like civilized people. So I meet Guha. But with Guha also, he has such loving dealings, and Guha says, "You stay in my kingdom only, my dear Lord. And we will all be here for 14 years together." And Lord Ram accepted his affection, but said, "No, no, I had to follow my father's desire and I'll go ahead." Then he meets Kevat, and he reciprocated with Kevat. Kevat is just a boatman, and somebody is a royal king. How many of us, when we go to in a taxi or a cab, how much attention we pay to the cab driver? We just say, okay, you take whatever charges are there and done with. We may not even ask his name or you're not preach to him. You're not pay so much attention. We are okay. We're just a cab driver. We are going for important thing. But that is the affection of Lord Ram to his devotees. That anyone he comes in touch with, you know, he is concerned about it. So he meets Kevat, and then later on, he makes allies with Vanaras. Now, Vanaras are not the best people to live with in life. Very, very unpredictable. I mean, they're not monkeys, the typical monkeys what we see in the world today in Vrindavan and all. They're not like those kind of monkeys. They are human who have monkey-like forms. But still, monkeys are not considered the most of the beautiful, I mean, among the beautiful creatures or among the intelligent creatures. Monkeys are not. In fact, somebody is too much naughty and too much, erratic than to say, just like a monkey, your mind is not fixed up, jumping here and there. No. But Lord Ram makes friendship with monkeys. And not only makes friendship, but it's like, being with them and serving them, sitting with them and dealing with them, organizing them. That is his affection. Monkeys are there. And then he is with Jatayu. He performed the last rites for Jatayu, who is just a bird. Well, bird also is a vulture, chill. So vulture, again, among birds like peacocks and parrots, they're often swans, they're often appreciated. Vultures, nobody cares for vultures. But Lord Ram cares for only one thing. If they have devotion for him, then he is not seeing any of the external thing. And that's why you see that Jata is a vulture, and Lord Ram could not do last rite for his father Dashrath Maharaj, but he did last rite for this vulture Jatai. That is his affection for his devotee. And then he further goes to uh, Shabari. And Shabari is again from the distinction of caste. She is from Bhila Jati. She's very lower caste personality. But then she is a disciple of Matang Muni and she has devotion. So not reciprocated with Sabari also. So just see the category. Yeah? Normal person, when somebody becomes prestigious, somebody becomes very rich and very big, then they have a status. They say, "अरे अपने status के लोगों के साथ ही मिलना जुलना है." We will match with our status. Our status should match. No? Culture should match. But here, Lord Ram, what is the match with all these personalities? Uh, what is the match? Where is the match with Guha, who is just a tribal king? Where is the match with Kevat, who is, you know, who is just a boatman? And where is the match with monkeys, were one other monkeys? They have their habits and all. And then there's a match with the Jatayu, who is just a vulture. There's a match with Shabari, who is just a very lower caste born lady. And then Vibhishan from birth, from the perspective of birth, he's Asura. He's a brother of Ravana, actually. So he's having that kind of thing, that kind of, at least, of course, Ravana was a Brahmana in that sense, but from Asura Kul is there. But still, Lord Ram, uh, accept his friendship and say that you will become the king of Lanka. So Lord Ram has great affection for his devotees. And we can see that we should not judge the devotees by their externals, but we should try to have that feeling of affection for everyone who is there in Srila Prabhupada's mission, everyone who is inclined to take to Krishna consciousness, anyone who is chanting Hare Krishna, serving Krishna, anyone who is born in the holy dham, because they're all part and parcel of the Lord. They may have forgotten, they may be covered over, but that is what really they are. So this feeling of affection by taking lesson from Lord Ramchandra should expand, and especially to the devotees with whom we are close to. Oftentimes that becomes the most challenging part. People who are distant we can appreciate and be affectionate, but the closest people, whether they're our family members or they're our people in the same temple or same service, and it becomes difficult to cooperate with them and appreciate them as compared to appreciating those who are not with us. Then we can appreciate very nicely. So should learn from Lord Ram to see the quality of devotion in the heart, not the externals. Lord Ram is just he's a prince, he's a king, the supreme Lord, but he's just showing such extraordinary affection for all these personalities and is with them, is talking with them, crying for them, and you know, not ordinary. It's extraordinary affection Lord Ram is showing on the basis of devotion, not on the basis of action. And we can meditate on magnanimity of Lord Ram. Magnanimity of a person is one way to see is that how is willing to, you know, forgive and forget and reinstate our relationship with the people in spite of the mistake they may have done, in spite of the pain they may have given us, in spite of something wrong they may have done to us. It's very challenging. It's not easy. And this is one way of being magnanimous. There may be other ways. Because if people do something bad to us, what is of doing, if they say something bad to us, or even if they don't say to us, even if they say something bad about us to someone else, then also it's very, very painful. And we may not forget it easily. We may not forgive it at all. 20 years, 2 months, 13 days before, you know, this Mataji told this to me, you know, we had our gallant Seva Mataji's team. So one new Mataji had come and she had not put proper tilak. So this other Mataji told, the forehead which is not adorned, decorated with the tilak, it is exactly like the Samshan Bhumi, exactly like a crematorium. Actually, there is a words like that in Hari Bhakti Vilas to emphasize the importance of putting tilak and the glory of tilak. That is the meaning. And then this Mataji heard it and she just broke into tears and she said, "Oh, you're calling me Bhoot, you're calling me Shamshan, you're calling me ghost and all." And years later, even then she became a devotee, she became initiated and all. And still, she exactly remembers how many years and how many months and days back that his statement was told that my forehead is like a crematorium and I'm like a ghost or whatever. She just quoted, but she was not telling that you are a ghost or anything. But then if my forehead is a crematorium, then I'm a ghost like that. So they extrapolated, extrapol. So so sometimes somebody said something, and then people remember it. The culture from where I come on the marriage days, the marriage ceremony. If something happens and that thing is remembered whole life, they say your father told like this to my father and your mother told like this, and they did not give me proper respect. Well, how dare they use this word? One word, and then they will hold on it for the rest of life or for decades. So magnanimity means that even if somebody has done something, even if somebody has said something which has hurt us, still we overcome it, and not only we overcome it, and we reinstate ourselves, but actually we forgive and appreciate them and bring them back into a relationship. So Lord Ram is so magnanimous. He is the master of it. At every stage, whatever things happened, whatever mistakes happened, he just forgave and forgot and went ahead. He never quoted them again. He never hold them responsible. He never chastised them. He never criticized them. Never used ill words for them. You will not find it ever in Ramayana. That is the character of Lord Ram because the Maryada Purushottam, so is very ideal. So, So first of all, Mother Kekai on the, you know, because of Manthara's association, her mind changed, and she very, very heartlessly, very cruelly told Ram that your father gave me the two boons, and I have asked those two boons, and your father is not able to tell you, but I'm telling you that you have to go to forest for 14 years, and Bharat will become the king. And when Dashath heard those moves, Dashath was broken-hearted, Maharaj Dashath, and he said, well, Bharat can become the king, but what is the need for sending Lord Ram to forest? Let Bharat become king. But she was adamant, no, Lord Ram has to go to forest house. So Lord Ram did not even ask once also. Why have to go to forest? Like his father asked. I'm okay that I'm not the king, but then I'm still one of the princes. But no, Lord Ram didn't even ask once why, what happened, and what is the plan, and now is it the time? Just the night before, tomorrow morning, the ceremony is going to happen, or we can become co-kings. We can have a rotation system. 5 year I'll be king, 5 year Bharat will be king. But Lord Ram did not have any plan, did not have any negotiation, nothing. He said, Mother, this is what you want. Done. And in throughout the incident, when he goes to Mother Kaushalya, Kaushalya become upset and Kaushalya is cursing Kekai and he's just telling, don't curse Kekai. She's a good soul, she's a good lady. And he's consoling his father also, don't become upset with Kekai. Lakshman was so upset and he was even chastising Dashath Maharaj also. He has become a henpecked husband. So Lakshman is a different personality. But Lord Ram told, no, he's our father, you cannot insult him like this, you cannot speak those words. So Lord Ram consoled Lakshman also, Lord Ram consoled Mother Kaushalya also, Lord Ram consoled Dashrath also, and he just did not carry any pain from that. And later on, Bharat comes to know, and Bharat Maharaj becomes very upset, very angry, and then finally he goes to uh, you know, bring Lord Ram back from Chitrakoot to Ayodhya. And that time Kekai also comes, Kaushalya also comes. And Lord Ram comes to know that Dashath Maharaj departed. And Lord Ram cries bitterly. He's crying with tears in his eyes and very bitterly remembering his father. But not in once he mentioned that because of Kekai, my father left. Although that was, I mean, apparently that is how things happened. And Dashath Maharaj also told Kekai that you will not see me alive if you do this. And finally he left even before Bharat Maharaj arrived. But even in such a scene, when it is so obvious, so apparent, that because Kakai sent Lord Ram away, that was the distress for Maharaj Dasharatha, he could not bear the pain of separation, he left. But Lord Ramchandra himself never mentioned it. He never said, due to you, this happened. And he respected Mother Kakai, and even then Kakai said, now you come back, and I was the one who told you this order, you come back. He said, no, because I have to keep my father's promise. My father promised, and प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आए प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. So that is magnanimity. When you apparently and directly are saying that this person is there, and because of this, this has happened, and still you don't feel any malice in your heart, and still, be considerate to the person is not easy. I mean, remotely also, even without confirmation, if you feel because this person, this thing happened, then also our mind becomes so disturbing. तुम्हारे कारण हुआ है, like that. That is Lord Ram's magnanimity. So not only with Kakai, or actually, when Bharat was coming, a lot of dust was raised. They were in Chitrakoot. And Lord Ram said, what is happening? Lakshman, go up and see. So Lakshman climbed up a tal tree and saw. And he saw that, Dashath Maharaj elephant is coming and chariot is coming. Bharat Maharaj, every king used to have his own flag. So Bharat is coming. And Lakshman became very upset. Lakshman said, my dear Lord, just give me the order. Bharat is not satisfied with just having the kingdom. He is coming here to destroy us so that he can have the kingdom forever with him. He's not satisfied with the 14 years. Lord Ram just said, Lakshman, he says that Bharat loves me more than you. If you want the kingdom, then I will tell Bharat to stay with me in the forest and you can go and have the kingdom if you want it. Bharat is coming to take me back. So Lord Ram, did not misunderstood Bharat, although Bharat was misunderstood by everyone else. But he did not misunderstood Bharat and did not blame him for anything, did not blame KK for anything, for including the Marathi departure. So like that is a very magnanimous qualities. Later on, they're there in uh, Panchagani, they come to Nasik and they're living there. And then Mother Sita tells him that, you get the deer. And Lakshman is telling, my dear mother, there no, he is a demon. There are no deer like this. There are no golden deer in the creation of Lord Brahma. This is the form which a demon has taken. Lord Mother Sita is like, you know, keen to have it. And she says, you go and get it. And later she get kidnapped. But never will find Lord Ram blaming Mother Sita. See, तुम्हारे कारण you wanted to go for deer. पूरा रामायण हो गया अभी कितना सहना पड़ा तुमको पता है कितने लोग मर गए और कितना एक साल में कितना तपस्या करना होगा. You see, we have to face some difficulty with someone. Imagine you are going in a car and some member becomes late and then finally you drive fast and still the train leaves. What will everyone say? तुम्हारे कारण ट्रेन छूट गया who will do so much distress with them, the train छूट गया अभी कहाँ जाएंगे कैसे जाएंगे. Become really upset. If we can find some cause for something, if we can find somebody as a cause for something wrong happening in our lives, then God cannot save that person from our death. We find this is our birthright to chastise that person, crush that person, and be heavy on that person. And not only to him, but we will go to 10 other places. We'll write on our Facebook channel and Instagram that this, because of this person, this thing happened. It's proven. We have the proofs. But here also, Mother Sita apparently was a mistake. And because of that, so much happened. But Lord Ram still continued to love her and did not blame her for it. And later, when he made the friendship with Sugriva and he killed Bali, and of course, Bali also, there's a whole incident in itself how he pacified Bali. We're not going into that detail. But then the Chaturmas came and done nothing possible in Chaturmas. So Sugriva said, he regained the kingdom, and Sugriva said, okay, I'll go and I'll come with my army after 4 months and we'll search for Mother Sita. And Sugriva forgot. Sugriva, Bhog Aishwarya Prasakta Nam Taya Aprita Chetasam. He got Bhog and Aishwarya both. And he totally forgot what promise he made to Lord Ram. Fortunately, Hanuman was there by the side and Hanuman reminded him and he sent his messenger to get the monkeys and all that. He did some work. Otherwise, he was totally lost. But when he was brought back again by Lakshman, and Lord Ram did not say, Sugriva, you are such a ungrateful person. I did so much. You forgot. Of course, he chastised him. Lakshman sufficiently chastised him to wake him up. But Lord Ram still maintained the friendship. He did not give up the friendship. He chastised him, but maintained the friendship in spite of his failing in fulfilling the commitment for a certain time. I mean, he prolonged the commitment, but still he, maintained his deep friendship and reverence with Sugriv. And Sugriv was the commander in chief for the army. Lord Ram did not say, तुमने पहले का वचन पूरा नहीं किया. Now you are rejected. Now I'll make somebody else as commander. No, Sugriv was still the king. He forgave him and still maintained him as the king. And he still empowered him. This is magnanimity. In spite of seeing the mistakes of the person, still to keep faith in him and to give him a chance and to not get affected, to not lose the trust. That is magnanimity. And Vibhishan came. Vibhishan was from the Asurkul. So there was a meeting which happened. What to do with Vibhishan? And then Sugriva said, well, he is the brother of a demon Ravana. We can't trust him. The blood relationships are very thick. We can't trust him. And then somebody said, no, we can accept, but we should keep spies around him. And should keep spies around him and see what is he doing. Other people, we should just kill him. Why to keep a spy and waste our time and, have CCTV footage. Somebody has to watch the CCTV and somebody has to, put it and watch it. Why to waste so much time? Just finish him, we have to anyway kill so many asuras. One more we'll kill and do that. It's a do or die situation. So Lord Ram asked Hanuman, what do you feel? And Hanuman said, we should accept him as our own man. So when I went to Lanka, I saw that he's devoted to you. And Lord Ram immediately accepted Vibhishan, and everyone was, accepting Lord Ram's kindness and Lord Ram's decision. That is magnanimous to give shelter to a person of that record. And then he immediately did his Abhishek also. He said, now I'm coronated you as the king of Lanka. And he said, anyone who has come to my shelter, I'll forgive. And he was so magnanimous, he said, not only Vibhishan, even if Ravana comes today and begs forgiveness and returns Mother Sita, still I'll forgive. Although he has captured Mother Sita, he tortured her so much, still. Even before the war with Ravana, Lord Ram told you, give back Sita and I'll still forgive. So this extent of forgiveness what Lord Ram carries is magnanimous beyond our any any thought or any contemplation. So he made Vibhishan as the king of Lanka, and he said, if Ravana come, I'll forgive him. So devotees asked him, Hanuman Angad, mighty Lord, if you Ravana comes and he surrenders, then what kingdom will he give to Ravana? Because already Vibhishan you have made and your vachan cannot become false, no? And again, there's no rotation system in this and that. So Lord Ram said, unhesitatingly, he said, if Ravana comes to surrender, I'll make Ravana as the king of Ayodhya. I'll give him Ayodhya. Then they asked, Ayodhya is already ruled by Bharat Maharaj. Now, if Bharat Maharaj want to retain the kingdom, then what will you do? Then he said, well, Vibhishan will become the king of Lanka, Ravana will become the king of Ayodhya, and Bharat will become the king of Vaikuntha. So they asked, then you are already the king of Vaikuntha, what will you do? He said, I'll become their servant. So this is magnanimity of Lord Ram, in spite of having all the opulences and all the things. But still, he's so accommodating and so kind for, so forgiving. So these are wonderful qualities of Lord Ram, which we can meditate on because Lord Ram's character is just filled with so many pastime. And whole Ramayana is Karuna Ras, is so much intimacy and so much depth there in each pastime. Bharat Milan, Vibhishan Sharanagati. It's just amazing. We can cry tears by reading Ramayana. And that was the case. All people were inspired by Ramayana when TV started. The TV started selling because Ramayana was being broadcasted. So people were buying TVs. Now Ramayana has become sidelined in TV and mobiles have become prominent. So these are three wonderful qualities which we can contemplate, and learn, and pray to Lord Ram. How to be responsible for each of the role which we carry with us, which we have either been given or which is just there by our existence. We become sons, we become daughters just by birth. So we have those roles. We should learn how to fulfill those roles with full responsibility as per what Lord Ram has taught us. We should also be affectionate to all devotees, irrespective of what caste, creed, and external they carry. Should not get affected by the externals. We should see the devotion in the heart. And we should be magnanimous. We should carry that feeling of, forgiving and forgetting. It's tough. It's very, very tough. But if you want to get mercy of Lord Ram, then we have to follow in his footsteps. He could forgive Kaikai and he could forgive Sugriv, he could forgive Vibhishan. He was ready to forgive even Ravana himself. Then we are not affected by the people in such a big way. So we can oftentimes our things are very, very tiny. It's a little bit here and there. Nobody intentionally does it. Something that happens. So these three qualities we can meditate. The unlimited quality of Lord Ram, we just follow in a limited time. Three of these qualities. So we will stop here. If there's any comment or corrections, you can
Hare,
unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful insights into the life of Lord Sri Ram. So, Prabhuji, I have one small question. How can we imbibe this quality? Because he was humble when he had everything, and he is magnanimous to, take responsibility of the things and not to blame others, although we can like clearly see that these are all the instruments, but still like, so how can we do these things? Like, how can we be, magnanimous? Because once somebody hurts us, as you said, that it's very hard to, forgive and forget. So how can we imbibe this quality of Lord Sri Ram? Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
It begins with hearing for sure. It begins with hearing of the character of those who have that quality, their pastimes, and appreciate them. We may not have it, but we appreciate those who have it. So whether it's the Lord or the great devotees, Amrish Maharaj, he was attempted to be murdered, but Amrish Maharaj forgave Durvasa Muni. Srila Haridas Thakur, he forgave those executors who were trying to kill him. Nityanand Prabhu forgave Jagai Madai. So the first step is to hear and get affected by the compassion of those who have those qualities and appreciate that. That's a very, very important thing. It is not by a mental or intellectual thing, but it is by deep appreciation for those who have that quality and then pray for that quality. and begin somewhere. We begin with a small one because when somebody goes and does anything, whether we learn driving or cooking or we do bodybuilding or we learn swimming or any art we learn with a small step at a time. Or music, we start small, right? It's not that when you learn swimming you jump into 50 feet deep water in day one. No, we just hold the bar and start making the body flat and just start putting the feet up and down, kind of making some waves in the water. So we start with that, and then we going to do that 3 feet walla water, 5 feet walla water where you can stand, and then gradually we learn swimming. So like that for anything. We don't become an expert cook in one day. We don't become an expert swimmer in one day. We don't become an expert driver in one day. So we will not become expert in any divine quality also in one day. But after having heard, contemplated, appreciated, then we start with small things. Okay. If Ambrish Maharaj could forgive someone who tried to murder him, I can forgive somebody who just circumstantially spoke harshly to me because of something. They were there in temple on some Pushabhishek day or some day. I'm in Pune. Pune is a big temple with a lot of people. There are festivals. That's why we had boat festival going on. So, and somebody was taking photograph and that was stopping the whole line. So I just told Prabhu, don't take photograph. The line is stopped. And the person felt, why? Other time I look okay. Other time Prabhu is okay. Now he's so harsh. Circumstantially, sometimes we say things which we don't mean or which we are not intending to. So we should see people's behavior and nature as circumstantial, not intention. That helps us. And we should see that it is not a big consequence. Why to keep such a false ego, big ego that I can't be told. Correction is welcome. Correction leads to deeper connection actually. If we can bear the correction from a person, that it will lead to deeper connection with the person. Without correction, the connection also doesn't grow. So, like that, we start small and then gradually grow. And just like in class one, we will give the test of class one. In class five, we will give the test of class five. It is not that in class five we will get the examination paper of class 10. It will never happen because teacher knows. Similarly, Lord arranges situations which are within our capacity to handle. So he will not send Durvasa Muni to us. He will not send Jagai Madai to us. He will just send some of our near and dear ones only who will say something little small. And that is within our capacity to handle it. And that's why we're here. That's why we have these classes. That's why we have these scriptures and discussions on that. I'm not sure whether it is answered or not, but something which might be
No,
helpful.
no, sure, sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. This is wonderful because, yeah, it's sometimes it's become so hard, and to practice. So it's very beautiful that you explained it like we can by listening, by meditating on that quality, by mercy of Vaishnavas, and then by small small steps we can do that. So that's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And if anybody else has a question, please you can raise your hands. Yes, Mother Mahika, you can ask your question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
There's a lot of ego. I don't know why.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Prabhuji, thank you very much for the amazing class on the different qualities of Lord Ram and how we can learn from them. So, Prabhuji, I had a question regarding, like, even though Queen KK was basically the responsible person for his 14-year exile, along with the death of his father, he never held any type of grudge or anger towards her. And so, like, how can we understand that situation? Like, we can understand it, but then how do we put that on ours? Because someone does something, someone says a tiny little thing to us, and we're gonna be like, no, how'd you do this? And we begin an entire argument on that.
Yeah. We have to learn to see the situations as arranged by the Lord. We have to learn to see Lord's hand in those situations. It was actually they were the demigods who planned for it. Why they planned? Because they said we were the one who went to pray for Lord Ram's appearance here. And because Ravana is troubling us. And here, if Lord Ram gets settled in his family life, And how will the mission be accomplished? Lord has come to Paritrana Sadhuna Vinashaya Dushkritam. So Lord Ram has come for that mission, and let us assist Lord Ram in his mission by making a situation in which Manthara's intelligence is perverted, and then she pollutes the intelligence of Mother Kaikai, and then the whole thing happens. So Lord Ram had a plan. It was not beyond his plan in his case. Now in our case also, we have to see that when we go to hospital, uh, everything what is done to us is not always pleasing. But the goal is to cure us. So if we focus at the goal that the hospital is geared, is aimed to cure us, but the process will not be every moment pleasing because nurse will come and give some injection, somebody will come and measure the blood pressure, and somebody else will put that what you call saline, and then they will take us for testing. So the treatment may be painful, but the goal is perfect, and goal is to become cured. So similarly, when we live a devotional life, we understand that the goal Krishna has in mind for us is to make us, dear to Him, and to remove all the impurities in the heart we have, and to, make us someone who can very deeply love Him. And that love for Lord will not appear till the time we have, false ego within us. So Lord is trying to purify that false ego through so many means. So when somebody becomes like an apparent instrument in our case, you know, then we should know that Lord has arranged it. Otherwise, how possibly could that person behave like this? How possibly could that person do like this to us? The fact that this person did this to us in this situation when there were other alternatives to do and this was not required to be done, then that goes to show that the Lord's plan is there, Lord's plan is there behind it. So by seeing at least in retrospect, if not immediately at that situation, to sit down calmly and to reflect that actually Lord has a plan. And it's a fact that Lord does have a plan. If tests will not come in our life, then we will not grow. And tests are often not easy. They cause anxiety, they cause problem, they cause a fear of failure. But the fact is that only when we pass the test, then we move on to the next class. So all of them are arranged by the Lord. And if we have this feeling, then that helps. And another very important thing is that we have to be in the association of devotees to learn it actually. So if something happened to us and we're finding somebody responsible for that, and our mind is just totally filled with, feeling of uh, feeling of hurt or anger or feeling of revenge sometimes, then we have to open our mind and heart to somebody who can help us, some mentor, some guide, maybe spiritual master, and we have to consult them and say how to deal with it. We have to open it up. We ourselves may not be able to deal with it. So when we open it up, then they give us a different perspective. And by looking from that perspective, by dealing with the situation from that perspective, then we rise above it and we realize it's such a big thing. So what actually? Who we are actually? We are 1/10,000 the tip of a hair. So who can insult us? Who can do anything to us? And ultimately, we are not these bodies and this mind. So all the problems, physical problems are with the body, and mental, emotional problems are with the mind. But we are not these identities only. It's easier said than done. I'm not saying that I'm a realized person, but I'm saying that when we really learn, then we understand that we are beyond body and beyond mind. So something what happened to body and mind does happen. We have to address it, but it is not me. I am a loving servant of Krishna forever. And no one can actually put any obstacle in my relationship with Krishna. I have to keep with it. Nobody, in any situation, no matter what one says, what one does, it doesn't matter because ultimately what they can do something in the body only. They can affect the mind only. But the soul's relationship with the Lord is totally spiritual and eternal. Nobody can interfere in that. So the more we come to that level of understanding, at least if not full realization, then less we get affected by what happens at the bodily and mental level. Now in India, LPG gas crisis is going on, war is going on. So at one level, we are aware and we do whatever we can do. But at another level, life is going to come to an end anyway, sooner or later. So we are not going to live forever. Until the time we are here, Lord has arranged for our maintenance in some way or other. So we don't have to really worry about it. So by bringing Lord into picture, by seeing the plan of the Lord, by revealing our mind and heart to the trustworthy guides and seniors, and to really be little philosophical about separating our identity from the body and mind. If we do this thing, then we can learn to deal with this tough situation. And as I told previously, the test come according to our level only. So Krishna knows what is our level and how much we can pass. Because any good teacher want to see the student pass. That's their joy. Teacher doesn't become glorious because the student failed. I failed all the students in my class. Then what did you teach them? What did you teach them if the student failed? Teacher want to see that the student pass with flying colors. So Krishna also want to see that we all pass. So he keeps a test according to our level and want us to pass that test. So with that faith and hope, then we can rise above these situations. Does it make sense? Who are the question? Mehika
Mother
one.
Mihika?
Yes, Prabhuji. It made a lot of sense. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for the elaborated answer.
Thank you. It looks like an international forum. Huh? People are from different parts of the world. I mean, I don't know what accent of the language. But is it true
Yes.
that all of you are from different parts of the world?
Yes, Prabhuji, we are trying to, yeah. We just started, so yeah, we're still trying, but like Krishna's mercy and arrangement and devotees empowerment. Yes, Prabhuji. It's thank you so much, Prabhuji. And is there anyone else who wants to ask a question or express their gratitude? So this is the time. Please raise your hands and
Person, I just try to do some service. So I'm thankful for having the opportunity to serve all of you. I'm not much of a speaker, but Prem Priya Padmini Mataji's, push and just to seek her blessings and please her, I agree. Otherwise, I'm not much of a speaker of any kind. Reyes and Ritik, where are you from?
Prabhuji, we're from Houston, Texas.
Texas.
Oh, wow, you're from Houston, Texas. That's great. Houston is the only place where you have a beautiful temple, constructed one, right? You have Radha Shyamsundar there, right? Radha Shyamsundar, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Jagannath was the Sodra and God is there also. Beautiful temple. It's wonderful. Happy to see you. Looks like a good morning over there, right? It's getting evening here. Wow, it's an international society, the international gathering. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you
See.
so much, Prabhuji. We're really, really grateful to you. And we pray to Radha Shyamsundar that we get all these qualities that you discussed from the great life of Lord Sri Ram. And may we get the mercy of all the Vaishnavas so that we can be empowered to get those qualities. And I wish you all the best for your spiritual journey as well, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We'll just by your permission, we'll just disconnect the call. But before that, let's pay our respects to all the Vaishnavas and especially to Prabhuji, our gratitude. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu payevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Revati Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Danvat
Have
Pranam.
a
And please, Prabhuji, please continue to give us your association, Prabhuji, that we will be grateful to you for that. Hare Krishna.
I,
Thank you.
I have a stepney in the vehicle whenever something works out. Something I know
Uh,
comes up. Then
it,
I'm
it
called. But
it
other
seems,
times, people,
Prabhuji, you already have the quality of Lord Sri Ram of humility. It seems. Thank you so
no,
much,
no,
Prabhuji. We're very
but
grateful to you. Thank you. Hare
sometimes there's a time,
Krishna.
in that time of need, if you do even a little thing, that is accepted. So similarly, I told Mataji, if some idol comes, if I'm available, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm also having pre-engagements. But otherwise, happy to thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank
No
you so
problem.
much, Prabhuji. We'll be grateful. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.